And welcome to another edition of After Hours. Today I'm joined all the way from Croatia by the fantastic Kristina Gallo. So, how are you doing?
Thank you.
Yeah.
Thank you. I'm good. Thank you for this meeting.
My pleasure. My pleasure. We've talked we've been in contact quite a lot on social media.
Yes.
So, and I've seen and I've read a couple of your works. So it's kind of like a no-brainer for me. It's like, yeah, I want to chat to her about stuff. So thank you for coming on. Yeah. We'll start off with that. I mean, I understand you've got something coming out very soon.
Yes, it's in pre-order.
Yes.
I'm planning a thriller. It's thriller suspense, hanging on the roller coaster. It is something I'm in the middle of it.
Right, yeah.
And the release date will be 10 August this year.
Nice. Excellent. Excellent. Well, I noticed because I was looking at your Amazon page earlier. I noticed that you're actually working with Red Cape on illustrations. Yeah.
Yes, they made my cover. I hired them because I read some books of Peter Blake novice, and I saw their covers. I liked it, so I was thinking, why don't you make something for me?
Yeah, why not?
So it was idea. I asked some changes, and at the end, it was excellent.
It's a nice cover. It's very nice. Well, they're actually based just down the road from me. They live like the next town along from me. Yeah, they live in Littlehampton, which is just literally like, it's about 10 miles down the road. I've got a novella coming out with them this year. So, he's a nice guy. So, because I saw the cover and I was like, oh, that's a nice cover. And I was like, oh, it's Red Cape.
It's some familiar
cover. Because he's got a style to it, hasn't it? It's
yes.
So because is it self-publishing that you do?
Yes, I'm self-publishing 4 years. It will be in October this year, will be 4 years. I started like self-help writer, and it was 4 books based on my blog articles, but it was not so much interest for this. And then I was thinking about to write some romance. But when I write romance, it is not just a cheesy romance from love novels.
No, well, I know this.
It's boring. It's more for magazines. So I see, okay, it is not for me. And I was searching myself, what kind of genre. And then I decided to write thrillers because I am fan of Agatha Christie, and
I saw that in an interview you did, because I am a huge fan of Agatha Christie as well. So
I watch Poirot. Here is
I love Poirot. Oh, it's brilliant. I've got the box set. I've got the DVD box set.
It's genius. That's
brilliant stuff.
Yes.
I've actually been to the theatre, and I've seen a couple of Agatha Christie's at the theatre.
It must be great.
It is. I've seen the Mousetrap, which was really good.
Yes, Mousetrap is and 10 Little Indians. It is my favorite book of Agatha.
10 Little Indians.
I like this.
Great. Yeah.
I like her style. Just what I didn't like in her books, that love story involved in every novel. I wanted. They get married at the end, happily living after. And so, I'm for pure thriller. Let's think about it. So I decided about this, and my first attempt was The Player Without Luck.
Yes, I've seen that. I've seen advertising that.
It was a thriller about gambling and fatal woman who involved with some bad guys they blackmail her. She she wants to avoid. She wants to hide her secret from the past, and man is blackmailing him. And after that, she meets some security guy who wants to help her, but then the story begins. It's it's complicated, tangled, and
well, that's something I like about you. They're quite complex. The ones I've read. Yeah, you're very. Something I've noticed about your work is you like pulling things. You like taking the reader off guard.
Yes, like, ups and down.
yeah. It's just like you think it's just like, oh right, okay. Whoa, where did that come from? It's just like, which I love that kind of thing. It keeps it. You got to pace them, haven't you? It's like,
yes, it's take a pill, and then we will read ups and downs.
Yeah, of course. Yeah, because the one I really enjoyed, The Cellar of Sins, which was unusual for me because I don't read.
Oh, thank you.
Romance and things like that. But you were like, no, it's more of a thriller. And I read it and I was just like, oh, that's dark. That's dark. I like that.
But this is a book in series, and I wrote part 2. Part 2, Redemption, is more darker. Is it? Yes, it's much better. Because my intention was not to write a book in parts, but one of my readers wrote a review, and he gave me 3 stars. He said it is not enough polished book and blah blah blah. So I decided, okay, let's take a challenge. I could really write a sequel.
Right.
And I wrote a sequel. Yes.
Nice.
And then I think it is much better. Some of people who read it, they said, oh yes, this is much better, this is darker, this is longer and more details and real mystery at the end.
Excellent. Yes. I'll have to give it a read then. Yeah, because I mean, as writers, we're learning all the time, aren't we? And we're constantly getting better. Yes. And you have to get used to like reviews and that kind of thing, but I get like that as well. It's like, I'll show you.
Yes, just like that.
Yeah, I'll show you.
They want to beat us with 1 stars.
Oh yeah. I've had a couple of corkers in the past.
I can imagine. I can imagine. I had a situation. Here was an earthquake in Croatia, and at the start of this year, and it was earthquake 5 on the Richter, 5, 6 on the Richter.
I read about that in the news. Yeah.
Yes, my Christmas tree was shaking.
What's going on?
And then I received a message from the writer. Did you read my book? And I said, here is earthquake. He said, did you read my book? I say, I can read. This here is earthquake. And he got mad, and he told me that I read your 4 books and you don't want to read my books. I replied to him, okay, before I die, I will read your book.
Yeah. When I'm not standing in a doorway like this.
Yes.
So some people infuriate me with that kind of thing. It's like, I mean, because I'm terrible. Because when I say I'll read something, it takes me ages because I have such a backlog of stuff.
It's understandable.
Yeah, because I do some reading for publishers as well, like slush pile reading, that kind of thing. And so obviously that takes a lot of my time, and I've got to find time to write as well. So,
of course, you are a writer, you must write. And I also I did many reviews, and I always keep my promises, but it can be just like that. It must be waiting.
Take time. Yes,
and it's better because I noticed some writers will say, I will give you a review. I had a feeling they didn't read my book. It is just, oh, let's get rid of you. Excellent. Bye-bye.
Yeah, I mean, I'd rather wait and take the time, because if I rush, I'll just skim it and I won't, because you get in a habit of skimming things, don't you, when you're editing and things. And I'll skim. I like to, if I'm actually reading something, I like to actually just do it in bed, like with no distractions.
Yes.
Yeah.
Of course.
Yeah,
I can understand this.
yeah. It's some people just get really, really impatient about these things. It's just like, look, I'm sorry, I'll do it. Chill out.
Just like that.
Well, I noticed one of your earlier books was all about the internet and
blog. It was that Rebellious Rules blog. And then I got inspiration because of one of my friends, bloggers. She said, why don't you write a book? It could be a good collection. And I said, oh, why not? So I wrote that.
Yeah.
Lost in the Virtual World is about weirdos.
I'm going to have to read that as well, because I've had a couple of brilliant ones. The best one I had was on Facebook. It was this bloke added me and sent me a message saying, "Hi, I want you to cook me and eat me."
Oh my God.
I know. And then he sent like naked pictures of himself, like against the wall like this, and I'm just like, and block. I'm not dealing with that.
Oh yes, it's some people shouldn't have internet access.
yeah, they should be allowed.
Let's cut them the wire.
It
was
that's
not
it.
good.
Right, that's it. You're banned. You're not having the internet.
Yes.
Yeah, because I imagine you've had a fair share of weirdos as well, if you're writing a book like that.
Oh yes, I had a case. It was a woman, but she pretended she was a man to get rid of her competition. She was pretending she's a man and adding girls from the profile of her partner, and then seducing girls.
Oh, that's a good one. What's going on?
Of course, it was good in the age without smartphones, because today everyone has a camera. You can fake it before 10 years, but not now.
Yes.
Nobody can say, I don't have a camera. Everyone has a camera on the phone.
Yeah, this is it. Yeah. Yeah, I sometimes think it was easier back then, but then in some ways it was, in some ways it wasn't.
Yes, it all has that advantages and
of course.
bad things. I wanted to say, before a week, I got a message from a known girl. I don't know who she said mistress and sent her photo. So I was thinking, what, do you want me for mistress, or you are someone's mistress, or you think I'm mistress? I don't get it. I was asking my friends, do you know who is that? Nobody had idea. Okay. Oh, not me. Oh, apologizing.
That was brilliant.
So I made a blog. Okay, I have no time for this.
Yeah, yeah. That's the beauty of the block button, isn't it? It's just like, you know what? I can't be bothered with this. Block.
Yes.
Yeah. So you tend to, because there's quite a bit of that kind of weird internet-y stuff going on in the Cellar of Sins. Like the darker side of the the sort of online dating kind of stuff.
Yes.
So you take inspiration from that kind of thing. Well, what else? Because I've noticed that where you are plays a lot of a part in what you write. Because like I Will Kill You in Your Dreams is against the backdrop of the Yugoslav war.
Yes, it's from the past. Yes, because I was teenager in that time.
Yes.
I was teenager in that time, and this made me some memories. I was in the basement. Outside was a lot of bombing, and we were in the basement. Sirens. It was that time. It was like a childhood, teenage trauma.
Yeah, of course. Because I watched that I saw all that on the news when that was happening at the time, and it was, you just see the footage like from the streets, and there was just things on fire and bombs going off and all the rest of it. And it was just, so I imagine like growing up in that sort of environment must have,
I had even a radio school because my city was under these battles, explosions, and then I was 17, and then it was not safe to go. Schools were closed, so they organized radio school, and I was making a test in notebook, pencil, and radio class.
Really? That's really interesting. Yeah.
Yes.
Excellent. Yeah, that's really interesting. So it was like you you were taught via radio kind of thing.
Yes, there was no internet. It was 1991.
Yeah, of course. Yeah, early 90s. There was no internet.
No internet.
Right. So it was over a radio. Yeah. See, this is. I find this kind of thing fascinating because this is the side of it you'd never hear about.
Yeah.
This is the side of that kind of thing that you never hear about. So I find that really interesting. That's something like, obviously in that book, which I really enjoyed that one. Really enjoyed that one. Yeah, again, dark.
Yes, explosions, war, PTSD syndrome.
Yeah, of course. Yeah. It's, and I think that adds something to your work. Is the fact that you have a lot of like obviously personal experiences in them.
Yes.
It makes it authentic, doesn't it? It's it's like I could never write something like that because I've got no idea.
Yes, I can understand this because indeed I love to write about things I know. I couldn't write a book about New York City because I was never there, and I would like place of action in my books is in Croatia, Adriatic Sea. Now in this new book that is in pre-order now is in Italy. It is amusement park Gardaland. Right. It would be interesting. So it is all places I visit. I was there, and it is easier for me to write something like this.
Yeah, I'm the same. It's like everything I've written is somewhere I've been, because again, if I started writing something about like New York, I've never been. I haven't got a clue.
Yes.
I just know what I see on the television. That's it, and that's not the real city.
It's not.
It's like when you see London on the TV, and it's just like London's up the road. London's nothing like that. It's just like.
Yes, I was reading Burning Reflection. Excellent book.
Oh, thank you. I'm glad you enjoyed that. It was interesting that you actually, in your review, you pointed out the Rebecca. Now, I didn't think of that when I was writing it. I didn't think of that when I was writing it, but you're right. So that must have been in my head somewhere. Mrs. Danvers or whatever her name is. Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah, no, I thought that was a very interesting comment. I liked that because I was just like, I never didn't think of that. But yeah.
Yes, that maid, she reminded me of that old lady in Rebecca.
Yeah. No, once you said it, I was like, oh, you're right. My partner, she said exactly the same. She went, that's what she's reminded me of.
I think it would be the great promo link. Let's read Rebecca in your book, The Modern
that's
View
not a bad idea. And that would completely freak them all out with all the weird occult stuff. So you see, yeah, I mean, that's very much what I know is that kind of British, villages and houses and weird old ladies and all that kind of thing.
It's mysteries.
Yeah, because I mean, it's like that's the sort of thing I grew up with, and obviously, like we say, I'd read a lot of things like Agatha Christie and
it must
P.G.
be
Woodhouse
interesting.
and people like that. Yeah,
yes.
I mean, I grew up with all that because I spent a lot of my childhood with my grandparents, and my grandmother was a massive reader, and that's what she read, and she had all the Agatha Christie paperbacks and all the rest of it. So I grew up reading them, and yeah. So aside from like Agatha Christie and stuff like that that you read, that's where you've got that thriller thing from. There's obviously a darkness in there. So do you read horror or watch horror or?
Yes, I am reading horror, watching horror. I like Stephen King movies. That
nice. Yeah.
For example, his movie Good Marriage. I was thinking it was some kind of love story, and then it becomes interesting. That husband who is a serial killer.
Yeah.
And how his wife got him at the end.
Yeah. I mean, yeah, King's thrillers are great. I mean, like Misery and things like that. It's just like
oh yes, I was remembering when I have no inspiration. I am remembering this lady with the axe.
Yeah, right. Terrified of writer's block.
It's a writer's nightmare.
It is. Yeah, especially if you think of Kathy Bates with a sledgehammer.
Oh yes, she's excellent in
She's
this
brilliant,
role.
absolutely superb. I love that film. I thought that
yes.
It's one of the best adaptations I think I've ever seen of a book because the pacing is spot on, the atmosphere is spot on. And,
yes.
And Kathy Bates is just, it's an iconic role, isn't it? It's just, yeah. So yeah, it's So aside from I meant to go back to the roller coaster one. So could you tell me a little bit more about that without giving any spoilers? What kind of, because obviously the picture on the front is like somebody falling.
Yes, it's the main character. The girl was falling, and it looks like an accident, but it is not.
Nice. So you said you've been to the place where it's set. Have you ever been like stuck on a roller coaster?
I was on a roller coaster. It was my I have a phobia from heights.
Right.
And yes, and I saw this is Mammoth, its name, roller coaster.
Okay.
And before 6 years, yes, I was there with my husband in Gardaland. I saw this look cute little train, and then I thought, it would be so nice drive. But when it was climbing lift up on on the high and upside down, I thought that fear will kill me. I thought that, okay, I'm done. This is it. And I said, never again. My photo is with closed eyes. I saw later everybody can buy photo from the right later in the shop. Yeah. Yes, and I was like this.
Yeah.
And then I said, okay, it was it, never again.
They put them cameras at the perfect spot to make you look like the biggest idiot humanly possible. It's like when they put them in ghost trains and things like that. It's always when a jump scare's just happened. So you're going, pulling some stupid face.
Oh yes.
Yeah. So there's a good one of me on the log flume things, and I'm quite heavy, right? So I'm at the front, and it's gone in, and this whacking great wave come up, and I'm like, oh. So I'm in the middle of shouting, "Oh fuck!" on this picture, and you can just tell. Oh. Yeah, and so the roller coasters are something I really enjoy, but I've actually been stuck on one before. It was at Alton Towers over here, and it was notorious. It was called the Thunder Looper, and it was basically like a W with a loop in the middle. So you went up and you came down backwards, and you went like that, and you went back up. Now, and it did that, and it got stuck at the top for about 15 minutes.
Oh yes.
Like all the blood is rushing to the front of my head. It's just like, oh God.
Oh, yeah.
It amazes me how often they do actually go wrong. I mean, there was a big disaster over here.
Really?
Yeah, it was. I can't remember how long ago it was, but it was a ride called the Smiler, and a few people actually died on it.
Yeah. It's from my book.
Yeah, I was going to say, you should read about it. Inspiration for you.
Yes.
No, it was it was horrible thing. But luckily, I've been on loads of them, but that's the only time it's ever gone wrong, and it was just more annoying than anything. Yeah. So when did you say that one's coming out? The roller coaster thing?
10 August. It will be release date. Excellent. I have 6,000 words by now. I was writing. Yeah. Now I have some, like I said, I have a skeleton in my head, and it needs some meat to the book. It will be fixing everything. I have editor. I have American editor, and yes, she's working with me 3 years. I got her by recommendation. One of my Facebook friends recommended me. She was editing for him, and I'm very pleased by her because I'm from.
Hard to find.
Yes, because I'm from Croatia, and English is not my native language, and I don't translate my book. I write directly in English language, and then it comes to the editor, and she is good in understanding me. She made the right questions. She also have a proofreader. So my book is going in 2 phases. First editing, then second circle proofreading, and then the final, the third, it's polishing, and then it's ready for publishing.
Yeah. Oh, that's excellent. So I was going to ask you that. I mean, how difficult is it? Obviously, English not being your first language, how difficult was it when you first started? Because English is a tricky language.
Yes, it is harder than it seems.
Yeah.
Yes, because my first 3 books were not editing. I had no editor, and then what I published in Amazon, and my first review was 1 star. It was the first. The woman said, "Oh, this is terrible. This book has 0 editing." She said and I was thinking about okay, thank you for welcome, warm welcome.
Yeah. Yeah, I think the first story rejection I had was probably the worst rejection I've still had to this day. It was just like, this is rubbish, you can't write. It's just like, all right, great. Thanks for that.
Yes. But even nowadays, some people try to offer me, I think it needs some editing. Okay, I said I can fall on this trick. You want to earn money on me?
Yes.
Because if you look book, you can edit book 1,000 times, and it will never be good enough.
There'll always be the odd. It's like there'll always be the odd typo that gets through, and the odd stray comma. I mean, even like the greats, like Stephen King. I was reading Revival not long ago, and there's a typo in the middle of that, and I was like, ha ha, king.
Yes, I heard about Hemingway that his books were bad edited.
Yes, of course. Yeah. I mean, it's like going back and like, because I read a lot of like Lovecraft and people like that, and there's typos and grammatical errors. I mean, it happens, But because I imagine as a self-published author, you must get a lot of these assholes that try and rip you off.
Yes, it is the right term for them, assholes.
Yeah. I'm not going to try and be polite. It's just like...
Even some people in my group, this group for writers, I had a woman and I said, could you look at my book for review? And she said, oh, it has potential, but with editing. And if you give me some tips for right fees, I will edit you perfectly. I said, no, thanks, bye.
Yeah, because that's something that I because obviously I've been I have other people publishing my stuff, and that's why I like that, because I don't have to deal with these idiots. But I see it a lot. Yeah, I see it a lot because I'm on a lot of the writer groups, because I think I just find them quite fun, and it's nice to talk to people and network a little bit and all that kind of stuff. But I see them quite a lot, and I can spot them a mile off. They come up saying, "Ooh, needs some editing," and all the rest of it is like, "Oh, here we go," So it's and then you get somebody say, "Oh yeah, I could do," could you have a look at my work in progress, that kind of thing. Oh yeah, here's my PayPal. It's like, nope. No. Yeah. So how long did it take you to find this a good editor?
It was I had luck, because one of my friends was CJ Herman. Right. He has a book, Stranded. His book is excellent. And
I think I've seen his name. Yeah, I think
CJ Herman. Yes, and I was first. I was talking. Could you look at my book? It needs some editing. And he said, "Wait, I had an excellent friend. He's my editor, Angie Wait. I can recommend you to her." And he gave me her link. I added her as Facebook friend, and I was first talking to her. I said, I'm from Croatia, I need editing. English is not my native language. Yeah. And she took the book, I Will Kill You in My Dream. And it was that first, after she returned me first time, she said, this is general tips. Now you can look at it, fix it, and then you turn back to me. And then I said, oh, that is great. And from that moment, we are cooperating.
Nice. Yeah, because I really actually quite like working with editors. I find the process I quite enjoy it. And they can make such a difference. Just with some nice advice, why don't you think about that bit? It's just like, or because I write a lot in my kind of vernacular, like my accent and things like that, and sometimes I work with this the really good editor who's in the US, and I don't think about the differences between the UK and the United States.
Oh yes. Yes, it is
There's a lot more than you'd think. And
yes, I wanted to say that I write in American, US, because that is first question I got from editor. Do you want American or British? I said I want American.
So like a lot of the publishers I work with are over in America. And obviously, I don't think about the differences. It's like weird things like our fire escapes not being on the side of buildings like theirs are. Ours are at the back in a concrete tube, and theirs are on the front all metal. And it's just weird things like that they'll come to me and go, can you explain to me what you mean here, because this doesn't make sense to me.
Yes, it happens.
Yeah. So because I imagine, with her being in America and you being in Croatia, I imagine there's cultural differences as well as just language. Yeah.
Yes, it was one situation with this coffee shops and coffee bars. We have coffee bars, so you can drink alcohol and coffee in the same place. And in America, it is not the case. They have coffee shops. So here you can sit, and waiter could bring you alcohol, but you can get coffee. We have all mixed.
Yeah, we tend to have both here. So you get the mainstream coffee shops, and then you get the little coffee houses where you can also get a glass of wine or something like that. Yeah, but yeah. So we're somewhere in the middle. I guess it's the more European, isn't it? It's the
yes, European, yes.
Yeah. Yes, it's like the differences between our pubs and their bars. Different side, you don't really think about it until you're writing it. And this is one reason I could never write something set in like a big US city or something, because there's so many.
Yes.
It's like the classic in Pulp Fiction, isn't it, where they're talking about the difference between the McDonald's in the United States
yes,
and the McDonald's in Europe. Yeah. Royale with cheese, that.
It's a great movie.
Yeah. Sorry, excuse me. I explained earlier, but explained before we came on. Just for the viewer, hay fever is killing me today. I'm surprised my eyeliner isn't down my face.
It's good makeup, by the way.
That's my standard war paint.
Oh yes, I like this. It's good makeup.
Yeah, thank you. Because I've noticed we actually have some musical taste in common. Because I noticed that because you mentioned you liked Blutengel, who are one of my favorite bands. Yeah,
and The Cure.
Yeah, and The Cure. Yeah, I mean, great, brilliant stuff. Yeah.
Sisters of Mercy.
Oh, now we're talking. Yeah. Yeah, I'm a huge fan of the Sisters. Yeah. Yeah, excellent. Yeah, that's how much of that kind of stuff do you get in Croatia? Does a lot of it come over?
Well, it was when I was in high school. We had the tape. It was old-fashioned, the tape.
Same. Exactly the same. I had the tapes when I was in high school. Yeah.
In my class were some Gothic girls. They liked that music, The Cure, and Sisters of Mercy, Joy Division, and then
my hometown. Ian Curtis is from my hometown of Macclesfield. Yeah.
Yeah, it's
so I grew up. So
ballad.
It was
Love It Will Tear Us Apart. Yes.
Yeah.
It's a great.
Yeah. I love it. Yeah. So it's obviously. I was just about to say, obviously, I'm a goth. It's like you think.
Yes, but I found it very original, and I was always thinking it was that are intelligent people who like got that kind of music. It is not commercial music. It is not like pop or some shit.
No, not at all. And a lot of it is quite literary. There is a lot of literary influence in it, and and all the rest of it. Because I mean, you can't separate Gothic music from Edgar Allan Poe, can you? It's just like
yes. Oh.
I guess it's you tend to find a lot of people who listen to that kind of stuff are also big readers, and which is great for me, because I'm a DJ as well, you see. So I tend to.
Oh yes, I noticed.
So it's like when I started like promoting my writing, I had no idea how to do it, but I promote gigs and things like that. So I just decided to promote it in exactly the same way. This is why I'm always doing videos and things, because it's the only thing I know how to do. Because being self-published, obviously myself, the publisher does quite a lot of promotion. How much do you have to put into promotion? Because to make self-publishing work, I imagine you have to put a lot of work into promotion.
I try to promote my book in social media. I have a Twitter, Instagram, TikTok. I made Facebook, but also I paid some sites for books promotion, like Book Runes, Gorilla Books. I $25 for promoting book in one day. So they push book to 10,000 readers, 100,000 readers through emails, and that is how I made
through like newsletters, that kind of thing.
Yes, newsletters. So it was successful. This month I sold 40 books with the help of these promotional sites. Yes.
Excellent.
So it was good. It would be good. It would be like that every month.
Yeah, of course. Yeah, of course.
But what I notice in social media, for example, in groups in Facebook, it is not much use from this. You put your link, and then people, can you read mine? And
it's more networking than actual selling, isn't it?
It's networking, and I can say it is better way to sell something if you are maybe in TikTok or Instagram and you put your own videos. Yeah, I have small videos, and the woman said, "Oh, I like this. I bought your book," and I check my report. Oh, really? It is.
Oh, right.
Yes, it happens.
So that's something I haven't tried yet.
Yes.
TikTok.
TikTok, you must.
Yeah, I will. Yeah, I mean, somebody else has told me to do it as well. Michelle Rivers told me to do it, and I should have a look. Thing is, it's like Instagram as well. I should do that as well. It's just
Instagram is also good.
Yeah, I'm just really rubbish at this kind of thing. I still haven't figured Twitter out. It's like all these hashtags and things just confuses the hell out of me.
Yes, but what I notice and what I wish to avoid, for example, I put my books in Instagram and I got 5 likes, but when I put my personal photos, oh, would you like to talk to me? You are beautiful. Oh, girl, go away with this. No, it's not Tinder site. Go away. Or if another kind of people are, would you like to get a review? Give me $5 or $10. Oh no.
I've had somebody do that to me. I'll review your book for 10 quid.
No.
Not a chance.
They made a business from it. Okay.
Yeah. I've almost been suckered in by some of these sites that you get of like, oh, we'll promote your book, we'll do this, we'll do that, and it's like sign up for free, and then it's like, oh, but to do this you're gonna have to give us some money. It's just like,
yes, there is a trap.
Yeah, it's like nope. Nope. It's like, you know, if I was gonna pay for some like promotion like yourself, I would, you know, have to be like vet it and really look for decent places to do it, because I imagine there's some real like bullshit artists where like we'll promote your book and then they just don't.
They took your money and
yeah, I imagine. Have you ever experienced anything like that?
Well, I have experience with the bad editor.
Yeah.
I will not say a name.
No, don't mention names, but yeah.
But it was my first attempt of editing. I had a book, The Guy from Another League, and it was short story. And he's a writer. He promised me to edit this, and he bring me this back for 5 days. And then people told me, but it is not well edited. It needs more editing. And I give it to him back. I said, people said that is not good. and I paid him already. And he did the second time. And again, reader said, but it is not well edited. And it was the top. So after this, okay, I said, okay, no problem. But then I asked him, can you give me one of your books for free? No, I can't give you books for free. Okay, you can take my money for editing, but you can't give me free book. That was enough. No.
Yeah, because I imagine what they do, these people. I mean, they probably just get Grammarly and just put it through that and then send it back as being edited. That's probably what I imagine of these like con artists doing, is just put it through Grammarly and send it back.
Oh yes, but it is not like that, because, for example, my editor, she said something what is missing in my sentence. She gives me some suggestions. This is not logical. Readers will think here is some hole in your action. Oh God, what is this? But this is constructive. Editor must argue with you. He must say this is stupid.
What are you talking about? I like it when I get questioned. Like I'd rather have that than just them do it and send through a mistake, just like, he's probably just talking British nonsense, and so we'll leave it. And then it turns out it's a typo. I'd rather them actually say, what does this word mean? How does that actually work?
Exactly.
Have you thought about this? Yeah, because obviously I'm writing a lot of weird fiction. I tend to, my mind tends to run away with itself sometimes. And it's just like, no, pull it back. That's just got ridiculous now. So, it's like my partner's very good on that, because she's got a master's in English.
It is great.
And she's basically, I use her as my beta reader. So it's just like,
the best critic.
Does this make sense? So I'm quite lucky in that respect. Sorry, I'm doing it again. I've already had loads of antihistamines, and it's just, I'll be falling asleep if I have any more. So when you write, do you plot, or are you more of a pantser? Do you just kind of write?
Well, I write. How to say? I'm writing, and then I made a pause. Okay, I said, well, I will let this stay 5 days. So let me see what we did.
Right.
And then I made some draft, not to forget. Suddenly I'm walking on the street and I think, this would be it. Or I see some people from my life finish in my books, but not their names.
Nice.
I was inspired with my neighbors who was hammering. Okay, and I was talking, it would be great.
That's what I'm like. I get inspiration like going to the supermarket. I'll just be looking at people in the queue. It's just like, there we go. There's a character.
Yes.
Yeah. So you take a lot of inspiration from everywhere and all that kind of business. Do you have a long plotting procedure? Or you just go for it?
I just go for it. It is like this. I'm not a person who is. I'm not a slow person. I'm quite impulsive, short temper, and I said, okay. It's like I had some explosion, and this is explosion. This is it.
That's exactly what I'm like. I'll get an idea and I'll just go, just write it.
Yes.
Yeah, I'm the same, incredibly impulsive, and I'll just go with it. Yeah. It's like some. I've interviewed people who are meticulous planners, and they'll have notes and charts and graphs and.
Yes.
I can't do it. I just can't do it. It makes my head explode. It's, yeah. Right. So the book we've been talking about that's out for pre-order is what was it? What's the full title of it again?
Yes, this is the full title, Hanging on the Roller Coaster.
Hanging on the Roller Coaster. That's it.
Yes.
Yeah. So we've got a universal link for that. If you want to pre-order that, it's up on Amazon now, which is getbook.at/Gallo_roller_coaster. This will be underneath.
It looks great.
Yeah. We will have graphics underneath as well, but I like the cardboard.
It's like a jumbo link.
Yeah, so that's Hanging on the Roller Coaster is getbook.at/Gallo_roller_coaster. Yes. And if you want to check out all the other books that we've mentioned and stuff that we haven't mentioned, that is on Kristina's Amazon author page. To go to that, there you go. That's viewauthor.at/Kristina_Gallo. That is viewauthor.at/Kristina_Gallo. There we go. So now do you understand why I couldn't read out the Amazon
but
thing?
It looks great idea. It's very creative.
Yeah. It's like when you gave me the link to your page, that's what before I made the universal thing for you. I'd need a piece of cardboard like that to write all the numbers. And I've tried doing it before. I can't read it. Yeah, I use Booklinker. It's a great little thing. It's just makes promotion a lot easier. Yes. So, Kristina, thank you for joining me.
Thank
today.
you.
And thank you for taking the time to talk to me and talk to viewers. Yeah, and I wish you the greatest of luck with your release and all the rest of it. And,
thank you very much.
I will definitely speak to you soon. So thanks you all at home for watching. I'm Tim Mendes, which is timmendeswriter.com timmendeswriter.wordpress.com.
Oh, great.
Excellent. Thank you very much. I'll speak to you all soon. Good night. Good evening.
Good night. Thank you.
Bye.